All right, welcome back. We do have Nedu. Nedu had a special guest on with his friend, husband material. It was a good session. They were talking about parenting. Okay, so I felt, let's talk about this a little bit. Let's see what they have to say. All right, I'm gonna play this video. um, Quite some interesting points around parenting. Parenting is part of your marriage. It's part of your love life over time. So you have to pay attention to it. Okay, your parenting methods. So this particular first clip, home training got me in a bad marriage. Let me play it.
Saying this, but fuck it, I'm gonna say it. This is a honest bunch, you know. What didn't carry me enter my former marriage? My home training.
What do we know about his former marriage? Anybody know what we know? Anybody want to share? What do we know about Nedu's former marriage? Anybody here? Share, 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 share. Everybody wake up, wake up, wake up. Collect your money. Wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. What happened to Nedu's previous marriage? Anybody? What happened to his previous marriage? Anybody want to share here? Let's see. Am I still live? Oh, okay. I have. Am I still live? DV. No, it wasn't DV. Was it DV? She claimed DV. There was something bigger than DV, at least. All of you will agree. That's. Well, is it bigger? I don't know. None of it is good, right? Not DV. Let me see here. I have Ice Ice. Let me bring Ice Ice to the stage. Hey, Ice Ice. Hannah.
Hello, brother.
How you doing?
I know. I did. My schedule is really making me miss a lot of things, but I still watch some data.
You still catch up, right? I know.
I still try to. At times, most times I start with you, and you see I don't finish because I'll dash out.
Right. Good to see you, though. Good to see you.
I watched this thing today, but briefly. I met them, I think, halfway.
Okay.
And they spoke nicely, at least better than those other influencers that come and say rubbish.
Right.
Nedu's marriage, we didn't really know anything about his marriage until that DNA thing came out.
Exactly.
Paternity
fraud. Paternity fraud was committed against him.
Yes, that they found out that it was the first pregnancy was not his own. And the lady, I really blame the lady for just one thing. She was, even up to now, she's not still sorry. She's just claiming to be the victim, as in she didn't know. I think she even said something about Nedu didn't ask or something. I was like, what is she talking about? First of all, what is she talking about?
Is that what she said? Nedu didn't ask.
Something like Nedu didn't ask. I was honestly, I was like, am I hearing well something? I think she posted something online recently to shading Nedu and all that.
Right,
but all the same, this boils down to what they discussed today. Right. If you heard me one time on the Auntie B's show, I was always saying a lot I've come to realize as an adult, if not just an adult, I'm a full adult. I'm above 40. I realize now that a lot of things are genetic. When I mean genetic, it comes from the home. And your parents.
Right.
It's not like they deliberately did those things or they wanted you to turn out that way. They thought it was even the right things they were doing. And most cases, they were ignorant of what they were doing.
Right.
You understand?
Right. Exactly.
First of all, lying in presence of your children. And secondly, like for the...
And telling them not to lie.
Exactly. So for the male that were randy, in presence of their children,
right.
For the females, or let me leave me out of this one and say female that were single mothers and all that.
Right.
They were dating other people, and it was somehow, and so most times those other men will abuse those children, and those children will tell their mom will choose the love over their children. A lot of things went wrong.
Happens a lot.
Yeah, a lot of things went wrong. So those children grew up with those things and go into a relationship, and I typed something on your comment section. Say you won't. I heard it recently on the one of, because I really listen to a lot of TikTok motivational speakers, and I take educative ones. I don't take all those nonsense.
Right.
So I heard somebody say you won't know how damaged you are until you meet somebody that is healed. It will be,
Yeah.
you the damaged person, will thinking that person that is healed is weird.
Right. You think you know it all.
Yeah, not knowing that it is you that needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are not even fixed all through their life. They just go on and die with it.
Yeah.
And with it. They don't even know that they have a problem that needs to be fixed.
Right.
And when you try to correct some people and try to make them see things, they'll tell you that is how I am. Leave me. I bet who doesn't like me should leave me like that. Or that's what I know. That's how I was trained. They give you excuses which are really valid because truly they are not lying.
Right.
But I come and say, do people really know what they say grow or unlearn? Or they just think, when you tell them unlearn these things, they'll say we want to show that because we are abroad, we know now we are behaving like Oyibo. I say, God, I did not even know this. I did not even learn all these things abroad. I knew a lot of things from home before I came.
Right.
But it's just you. I knew I was different, but I am an INFJ, but it's not, everybody cannot be me because I know I have a special sense of intuition. But so you have to learn these things. There are things you learn.
You have to. If you're becoming a man or woman of a certain age, no excuse. You're going to have to start learning this stuff.
I was with a lady 2 days ago. We went to a shop. I took her there. No, on Saturday, I took her there. So her phone was ringing. It was her husband. Her husband is in Nigeria. So her husband had called. When her husband called, she said, this is my husband calling me. Oh, I bet he should leave me. I kept quiet. We bought what we bought that day. The person at the shop, it was even an African shop. The person said I was selling something to her, was now joking about it and said, how can you say your husband to leave you? You are fine as you are. I think if I'm your husband, I will not run and meet you here now. The guy joked about it. When we're going inside the car, I told her, I said, I've told you something before, madam. If you are with me and you don't learn something, you are going to miss. I said, you are older than I am, but you should learn something from me. You don't ever think you have to learn from older people. You have to learn from everybody.
Everybody, yeah.
And number 2, I said, what you did just now was very wrong, but I couldn't correct you there because
you don't
want
to throw her under the bus in front of those people.
I said, he said, what did she do? What did she do? She was already defensive, I laughed. I said, when your husband called, why did you even have to say anything?
Right.
I'm not saying you must answer him at that point. Why do you have to say, let he leave me?
Yeah, leave me alone, Jerry.
He said, that one doesn't matter. And I just said she leave me now because she was busy in the shop.
Those things matter.
I say, you think it doesn't matter. But let me tell you, if I am not your friend, I'm there. I will read the wrong impression about you. Yeah. Well, it might not be wrong, but I'll conclude about you that
it's not about wrong. It's not about right and wrong.
Yes, I said that was very wrong. What did you say? I said, I've told you to learn things when you don't need to say anything. I said, the first thing you learn to conquer a lot of things in this world is keeping quiet, staying silent. Not silent because somebody is intimidating you, are silent, or bullying you, are silent. No, silent and you don't react or you don't say something. You don't need
It's silent because you will give away ammunitions to destroy you.
Exactly. You don't need to react to a lot of things. You don't need to just say things. You just, okay, I said now, your husband called. Nobody knew it was your husband. You can look at the phone and drop inside your bag. Then as we're inside the car, now you not call. When you called, I was in the shop. I couldn't respond. Which one is me? Just leave me now. Who are you trying to give any impression?
Yeah, why are you trying to impress? What are you trying to impress?
Exactly. So she saw reasons with me though, but I know that kind of person needs to be with me 24/7 to learn some things.
Right.
But at least I've established something in her mind. I told her, I said, you don't do that.
At least it's a good place to start from. She now realized that, the truth is that's coming from a place. It's coming from a place. The fact that she would do that, right? That she feel like, leave me alone. It could be as simple as she see finish. Like she doesn't value him as much anymore. It could be that, right? It could be something that seems so innocent, but they are all destructive.
Let's just leave. Let's not go further. But the truth of the matter is that when people speak like that, when people speak just like the previous video you were showing, that brother, when they speak like that, you know where they are speaking from.
Right.
It's just like what's that your guy's name that came on that day, the last time?
Tunde?
The guy. It's just like him too. A lot of people. When they say trauma, people think trauma is just something bad. No, it's not always bad. There are a lot of things that didn't even inflate physical, whatever it is on you, but are trauma that you are dealing with.
Yeah.
Tunde is dealing with his own. Everybody is dealing with their own. Nobody is free of these things because of our coming from now.
Yes.
But the thing is
which is why you can't use it to shame people, right?
Exactly.
You just see it for what it is.
Yeah, but the ability for you to identify and work on it. It's what makes people say you have grown. You are now grown. You know these things now. You have healed, but people don't even know this. That's why I said that when Tunde was on that years to come, Tunde is going to come online and start teaching people and telling people that go and listen to this whatever the channel. I that was how I was talking some years back, but now I'm a changed person now. I've healed now. I know better now. Right. Just mark it. That's what will happen. Some people you don't need to even convince.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Some people go to their grave and hurt other people with this behavior.
Yeah. So for Nedu, that's it for Nedu. We don't really know. It was only that.
No, let me play the rest of it. There's something that was interesting in what he said because I didn't finish playing it, and I want to see if you pick it up. I agree with him. Funny enough, but I just want to see. If you can pick it up. Let me see. When they do. Let's see. Okay, there you go. So he said he went into a bad marriage because of his home training. So
if an entire planet's worth of scientists agree.
Let's see if we can get that over. Why is that thing playing something about agree? Let's see, right? Okay, there you go.
My home training. My former marriage. I'm gonna say this. I shouldn't be saying this, but fuck it. I'm gonna say it. This is a honest bunch, Wouldn't carry me enter my
what's it in it?
My home training.
Carry you enter.
Yes, carry me enter.
How so?
Because you married you date the person. You guys are dating, and then you're fucking serious, innit? And the person tells you, "Oh, I'm pregnant for you." And then you go.
You want to be responsible.
You have to be responsible.
To keep the family flag flying.
From a responsible family.
Yeah.
I called my father.
Probably they didn't want you to give birth out of
exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
So you have to marry
exactly my point. So I called my father. I said, "Daddy, Navy man." He asked me the question. He asked me, "Is the show not going away?" I said yes. He asked me 3 times.
That means, are you sure
I'm amazing
if
now.
that pregnancy is yours?
Shocking that day. It's like I was telling him, he knew what he was saying. I didn't know what he was fucking
Chief Army.
Chief Army.
The man can see.
He was like, "Chini, if the show not going away, I'm female." I said, "Yes, I am." He asked me again, "Is the show not going away?"
That
I
means
said, yes.
for the people that don't hear Igbo.
Like, are you sure? Are you sure that you're the one? He asked me 3 times, "Are you sure that you're the one that owns the pregnancy?" I said, yes. Because of the home training that I had in the house to be responsible, I went away. I went on with it. Only for me to find out later. Everybody knows what happened later.
All right, so that's the point. Okay. He was trying to do the right thing. I'm hearing you, Ice.
Yes. You see this angle that is just pointed out now. I'm not really a Nedu fan, but it's not because of what he has been saying or whatever. Me and I have to know you. I have to know. I rate people before I say I'm your fan and all those things there. So the thing is, a lot of people have made this mistake because of home training.
Yes.
Yep. Even me, I'm an example. I've never entered a bad marriage. I've never been married to go wherever. But there are some decisions and some things I've taken and some things I've just ignored because of home training.
Yep.
I'm not regretting it because those people that you think they hurt you or whatever did anything to you didn't even deserve you in the first place.
Right.
You understand? Like for him, it's not as if the father knew it was not his baby.
Right.
The father was just talking as an elder that probably most times when there's pregnancy before marriage.
He was trying to do the right thing too.
Yes. He's not really sure, or we are not really sure of this pregnancy for marriage is not really a sure thing.
Yeah.
Of whether it's for you, because they know these our elders, they know these things, but just that they can't stop us.
Right.
They know that if she can date you before marriage and have kerewa with you before marriage, it's possible she can still have kerewa with another person. So that's why he's not as if it's her or anything. He's just thinking of the right thing to do, just as you said. So
right.
probably. So a lot of people, yes, have made this mistake, and people will still make the same mistake tomorrow.
Yeah.
Regarding home training.
Yeah. So the idea of the home training, right? Like you just said, he wasn't trying to blame his father. He was pointing out that, particularly, that he was trying to do the right thing. The only thing I really want to point out of this before I go to the next segment is that the right and wrong obsessed, that number 10 thing right there. It shifts your focus away from the things that actually matter.
Yes, you're right.
You take your focus off of everything else that you're supposed to pay attention to about a young lady that you just impregnated. You can be responsible without engaging this person in a way that this has to happen, right? Paternity fraud, right? It wasn't only that the father, never mind the father for a second, there's something at that time that will be telling him, like, I'm not really sure, but let me just do the right thing. Should we all continue to do the right thing? I think we should continue to do the right thing. I just want everybody to start understanding that the idea that you want to do the right thing has limitations. That's all I'm trying to pull out of that. So including home training, you got home training. Everybody, if you say, is home training good? They say yes. Was it good enough remember we've been talking about, is a man good enough here? Was it good enough for Nedu? It wasn't. But on the other flip side, it was an experience for him. I think he has other children from that lady, right? And he's very proud of his children,
Yeah.
So it's just a journey, right? But just so you know, your capability of wanting to do the right thing or knowing how to do the right thing, and especially if you really feel this way, it's probably going to be interpreted as pride later on. It will hurt you. It doesn't mean you shouldn't do the right thing. I just want you to know that there's limitations to it.
That's true. You're right.
Yeah. Let me play the next one. You're still hanging out with me, right?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here full time. I'm here.
Okay, all right.
Today I'm full time.
I'll be right back. All right, let me play this one.
I learned how to treat a woman from my dad. Not because he was doing it, but because he wasn't doing it. Okay. So I wanted to do it better. It got...
You see that angle again?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You never know how people react, right?
Yeah. I'm smiling here. You know why?
Tell me.
I can relate.
You can relate. Tell us now.
I can relate but in a different scenario, but I can relate. There are some things, that is how you grow. You will see some things that were not done right. And you realize that these things were not really done right. And you want to break the genes. And you will make sure you learn the correct path and follow that path.
Yeah.
Like if you grow in a home where, like if you go in a polygamous home, but you grow up and say never, no matter what happened, no matter how pretentious everybody were, thinking it was sweet because there was money. When a man is rich, polygamy is sweet. But the children will come out and say, never in my life will I go into any polygamous home. That is what he meant by that. Now,
are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay. I thought you said now. I thought you were continuing.
No, that's what he meant by that now, by saying the father didn't do it, but he now decided to do the right thing.
Yeah. He wanted to do it. Some people respond to it they will do exactly what they saw growing up.
Most people, not even some, most people.
Exactly. And then the others will say, I will if they feel like they've been traumatized by that experience, they will want to do the opposite. They want to make sure it doesn't repeat itself.
Yes.
You know? So he said, I learned it from my dad. But again, it's almost seemed twisted. Why am I making some of these points? Again, ones and zeros in the poto every time. What you knew as common sense is terrible guide to relationships. You need to ask deeper questions from yourself in particular. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, why is it that I'm responding to this way? Why is it that I act this way? Why is it that this reaction that's about to come out of me is coming out? Try it sometimes without pointing fingers at the other person. You know, I think our growth is in that more than anything else. I almost want to say there's no growth in pointing fingers at anybody else. You know, there's some exceptions. There's a situation where you just need to call some people out for bad behavior so they don't hurt other people, right? But when it comes to these emotional matters, we really, really got to look a little bit deeper than common sense. You know,
you're right.
Yeah.
Common sense is really. I think common sense makes us make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah. You now say, he was never a father, so let me just drag everybody, including my child. Did you watch yesterday's episode?
No, I did not.
You should get back to watch it. The one with the Tonto DK. You should watch it.
Oh,
yeah.
Me, I'm tired of that. But I know where Tonto is coming from. As in, I'm not saying she's good. She has her own, no. But I know where her pain is coming from, and truly, nobody knows that better than Chochi. Chochi knows that. Chochi keeps pressing that button that knows. You know, Chochi is already Chochi. You know, men now with their ego, because of what she did from the beginning, that dragging from the beginning, name calling and all that. Chochi is still finding hard to forgive her too. And she too, she doesn't want to forgive Chochi because of all she went through, and Chochi betrayed her. And you know the funniest part? I know even this thing would have been a bit easier or lighter, or maybe she would have moved on more if Chochi did not marry Rosie. If it was somebody else Chochi married, the only thing she would have said is that, okay, he will show his color again. But for the fact that it's the same woman that she said Chochi was cheating with, that Chochi married again, and they are coming online to show. Of course, they have every right to come online. They have every right to do it. But let me tell you something. The truth of the matter is, that's why we say consideration. We have to be considerate. There are some things you don't need to do anymore. It's not because you don't want to do it.
Like what?
That's where maturity comes in. Like now, all those Pepe Denganga, Chochi and the wife they don't need it.
Wait. Tell me what they did. Specifically, give me one example.
Like the naming of the child.
That's petty. That's not Pepe them. That's petty.
Okay.
That's intentionally.
Okay.
I guess you call it Pepe them, but that's intentionally trying to hurt her. I don't know any other way to look at that one.
The lady coming online, I made pounded yam for my husband. Are you going to make pounded yam for my father before? You're supposed to make food for your husband. Now, which one are you showing it online? Are you sure that we go on vacation, we do this, we do that?
Wait. Well, first of all, you just talked about me like I'm not here. You said men and their ego. Second of all, now you are saying a person cannot come and cook pounded yam for their husband just because somebody will say it is pepper them.
Must you show it online?
I mean, you know, it don't be social media age with day.
Well,
I'm playing devil's advocate, but I'm just saying, you know.
I understand you. That's true though. Social media, we need to put everything on, Abby.
Yeah, Toto do that the most. She does the most when it comes to this kind of thing now. What does she do on every Father's Day, every year for the last 7 years?
Then you know why she's doing it now?
No.
Do you know Chochi knows the solution to this thing, but Chochi doesn't want to do it because Chochi wants to
think he does?
Yes, he knows. See, Chochi knows. See,
I can't give him that much credit.
See, if Chochi, why I say Chochi knows is, if Chochi really wants to make up this thing, Chochi really wants to settle this thing once and for all. Chochi can go to somebody he knows that Tonto will listen to and tell the person, okay, I'm ready to apologize for whatever she think I've done to her. You see, people like
Are you suggesting that Churchill should apologize?
Yes. You know why?
Size, you know me better by now. That's unrealistic expectations.
I
can't help but to see the unrealistic expectations
yes,
of that.
I know what you mean. I know, but I'm just saying. We were saying if he knows. I said that is a solution. Apologizing that whatever you said that time, okay, I'm sorry for what I did. I didn't do well. Please, can we just co-parent our son in peace? Please, forgive me.
Let me say this. I don't believe in apology. I don't put apologies on the pedestal like that, especially for a Tonto DK. If you apologize to Tonto, you will get dragged for it. Did you realize that he said sorry about Mama? And he got dragged for greeting her for losing her mother. Okay, Tonto is not that person that you go and be apologizing, unsolicited apology. You definitely want to make sure you watch ground before you tender any apology to a Tonto DK. She's not that chick.
But even when they went to court, instead of judging case against this, against that, why did one person nobody is ready to calm down for the other one? That's the thing.
Now, if you say, okay, let's go in your direction a little bit, right? I do think that it's in his best interest to do whatever it takes to get on the same page of his
parenting.
Right. I think it's in his best interest. I just don't think the first step is unsolicited apologies. I think that will work against the
he can't co-parent without them settling. And is it possible for them to co-parent without forgiveness?
No, at some point, apologies don't necessarily lead to forgiveness. You can forgive without apology. They're not prerequisites of each other, right? So, and we tend to make them connect, and they are not really connected. When people forgive when they are ready to really move on in life. Now, you can help them. You can prepare the ground for them. But it comes down to, is this guy capable of making Tonto feel safe and secure with a relationship with him?
No, he's not.
It's not. Okay. And he's capable of apologizing. And we say he's not capable of making her feel safe. If he apologizes, Tonto will not believe it. He will need a little bit more than apology, is my point. Some kind of change behavior and consistency. And
he will not change.
Yes,
yeah, right.
And it's not going to change. So because it's so that's why I personally water down apology. And I'm sorry. I water them, like, don't put them on pedestal. I think apologies are great when you prepare the ground properly for it.
So what do you think will solve their problem? What do you think?
One person has to lead. And whoever wants a better result than dragging their child on his birthday every year, we have to do that. And because we're talking about Tonto and she's the rock star in this, right? She's always led in that relationship. She's going to have to keep the same energy.
Honestly, she was the man in that relationship. That's true.
Yeah, she's still leading right now. She's leading his household with Rosie right now.
It's true though. It's true.
Somebody's going to come here and say, "Hola, Cap. I know them. They are in a very good marriage." Cap, big time. Cap. Yes, I said it. I wish them the best, but
stop the cap.
You are right. It's just make believe. It's make believe.
If you were Rosie and the ex of your husband is dragging Una on internet, does that sound like peace in your household?
No.
Nah. We're human beings. Always remember that. No matter what you say with your mouth, it's your actions that I'm looking at. It's your emotions as a human being I'm always looking at. And I could be wrong too. This is all alleged, I'm just saying.
Yeah. We are not there. We are not there live, so we don't really know.
We don't know. Look at this comment from Nedu Wazobia. I left it on the screen. She said, on a lighter mood, if Nedu stuck to his home training rigidly, he wouldn't have Kerewa before marriage. So I don't really agree with him that home training got him there. Maybe partially, but not fully. Yeah, I think
Adebusola, life is not black and white. Let's be honest.
That's all. I think he's talking about. He's making a point. It's not.
Yes. And I get it, but life is not black and white.
Yeah. Nedu was making a point, particularly about he wanted to do the right thing.
The decision, why he took the decision to get married in the first place. Yes.
And the fact that he did Kerewa before marriage, another topic for another day. But shout out to Yadi Busala. I hear you. But let me do this. I'll come right back. Stay with me. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see.